Hello, beautiful. How are you today? Welcome to a very special Thursday talk because today I am showing you live in real life how to build your own command center using some of my absolute favorite tools. So I'm so glad that you're here today. As you join me, please let me know in the comments who you are, where you're joining me from, and do you already have a command center in your home? I would love to find that out. I know that I've had various different configurations of command centers throughout my life, and I've sent up countless numbers of command centers for other people around their lives as I've been a professional organizer. So this is something that is near and dear to my heart, and it's super fun, and I can't wait to share it with you. All right, let's see. And today my audio might be a little bit different because I'm using my AirPods so that hopefully you'll be able to hear me as I move around and stuff a little bit better. So we'll see how that goes. So I want to say hi to lovely Marie, and we've got CJ's here, Mary is here, Sharon, hi. Hey, Nancy and Melanie, Wendy, hey, Maggie, good to see all of you. Joyce is here, and Brenda and Robin. She said she finally made an 8 a.m. Yay, I'm so glad. Susan is here, welcome, and Linda. Hey, Suzanne. Lisa says to Robin, you're good. I could never get anywhere at 8 a.m. even when I worked. It's 11 a.m. here in Florida. So true, right? Hey, Melody. Welcome, everyone. And Sharon says, hello, and she does have Command Center. Yay. Brenda says, yes, I have Command Center, but it needs some better organizing. Well, this is the day for you. I hope that this helps you out. Connie's here. She has a command center. And yeah, if you already have a command center, this might even give you some ideas of things to do to tweak your command center and take it to the next level. Robin is here. She says, command center is semi-set up, but covered with paper piles. No worries. You're among kindred spirits here. Hi, Sunita. Good to have you here. And Brenda, she says, loving my command center. She needs to check on it on a regular basis, though. And Mary and Betty Jo, awesome. Well, I'm so excited to have you here. Please excuse me if I cough a couple times. I had a massive cold last week that is just lingering, but I'm feeling a lot better. So it's just a cough. I will try not to blow your ears out. Okay, well, today, like I mentioned, I wanted to show you how to build a command center, the types of things that you would want to include within a command center, how you can arrange them. I'll give you some ideas of the different tools that you can use and products. I'll give you an idea of different configurations, some ideas if your space is smaller versus larger, and for various different needs. So hopefully that will help you out. And since we recently were talking about the action file, which remember, that's the file holder that can hold absolutely all of the incoming mail and papers that you have in your life, the active to-do items, all that good stuff. We'll talk about how to make sure that that's integrated into your command center. And we'll even talk about whether you can integrate the emergency medical folder within the command center. And if you don't already have the action file or the emergency medical folder, don't worry, I give away those resources for free. Just check out my website at www.suzannakaye.com, and you can find it there, or you can reach out to me anytime by email, hello@suzannakaye.com. All right, well, let's dive in because I have so much that I want to share with you. Plus, during this session, I will tell you how you can enter a giveaway that I'm having for one of my favorite products that I just recently found, and I just can't stop talking about them because I'm just excited because I love it so much. It's called the UbeCube, and they are giving you for free, one lucky winner will get a free UbeCube Grabnet kit with all of the bins inside and all that good stuff. And I will tell you how to enter a little bit further into this video. So keep watching because you only have 1 week to enter, and then next week, during the next week's Thursday Talk Live, I will randomly select one person who entered to get a free UbeCube Grabnet. Nothing that you have to pay out of pocket, no shipping, nothing. All right, so really quickly in the comments, I wanted to say, Lori, she says she has a command center for calendars and to-do lists and for birthday reminders, but she needs more ideas. Awesome, well, you're in the right place. And hey, Alice, and Belle, awesome. She says, I want to be able to see all my goings and doings and wants and needs in life like a billboard, right? I'm an out of sight, out of mind person, so I need to be able to see things in my line of sight, or they don't exist in my world. So this is one way that you can do that. And she says, me, pick me. Awesome. Yeah, definitely stick around so you can enter because it's going to be a good one. You will love it. Hey, Betty Joe. I don't remember if I said hey to Betty Joe. I think I did, and to Mary, but just in case I did miss you. Hello. All right. So building your own command center. When we are talking about a command center, first off, let's say, what is a command center, right? When we're talking about a command center, it's basically one area of your home that has all of the most important things for your daily life. And it's going to vary what those important things are by person, but some of the things that it might include would be a calendar, to-do lists, your keys in your purse, a charging area. If you have kids, maybe all the kids' school stuff, maybe meal planning stuff, your action file, your emergency medical folder might go there. All the things that you would want to use on a regular, like daily basis in one spot. So it is kind of like Belle said, like a billboard of your life. And one spot that you can go for all the stuff that you need, super fast, super simple, and the most often. So that's all that a command center is. A command center could be one tiny little space on your counter in your kitchen or inside of a cabinet, or it could be an entire mudroom, or I've got a little sitting area here that I use for part of our command center a lot of the time. It all depends on the space that you have and what your needs are. So we'll talk about both types of situations and how you can adapt for both types of situations. So that's the goal for today. That's what a command center is. I want you to have, like Belle said, that billboard of your life and that one spot where you know, and your whole family knows, where you can go for all of the most common stuff. Really quickly in the comments, I wanted to say real quick, hi, Kathleen, and hey, Ellen, good to see you. And Kathleen, she says, thank you for all these ideas as I'm trying to create a command center for our home. Yay! And if you do create your own command center, or if you win or grab an UbeCube and have a creative use that you use for it, I would love to see pictures. So over in the Facebook group, it's called Home Organizing Challenges with Suzanna Kaye. The link is in the video description. Then hop over there and share some pictures of what your command center is like and anything like that. I always love to see you guys inspire me with your ideas because you're so creative and you give me ideas sometimes. I love it. Hey, Rosella, good to see you from New York. Okay, well, let's dive into the command center. All right, I will take you on a tour of the command center. I've got my laptop out here, so it's going to be, I'll move things back and forth a little bit so you can see better, but let's give you kind of the bird's eye view of, this is the command center. So within this command center, I have this set up right now as kind of a seating area because at the moment it's sports season for Kayla and her school. So there's a lot of times where, there's shoes to put on and different sports gear, and we're going in and out of the house for, track meets and things like that. So that's why I really like this setup currently, because it gives us a place where we can sit while we put on things. Sometimes even sit there when I first get in the house to sort through the mail if I'm super tired and just need a break. But I like this configuration for us. And we happen to have the space in this really awkward area of our home where nothing else really fit, and it's right near where we enter. Now, command center works best if it is in an area somewhat near where you enter. And this is not right next to the door where we enter because that's in our kitchen, and our kitchen is tiny. So there's like no space in our kitchen, but it's right outside of the kitchen. So it's an easy path that we normally take when we come into the home. We have to walk past this area. If you're building a command center, having it somewhere like upstairs or in your home office or something like that is not going to be as effective because it's not as easy to reach really quickly, right? You want this to be somewhat near where you come in. And this is, for those of you who have not met her, this is me too. You'll probably see a couple of our dogs that will pop in because that's what they do. So this is my configuration. Let me give you a quick walkthrough and talk about some of the things that I like to put in a command center, as well as, just kind of show you around. To start with, these are the UbeCubes, these cubes that you see. Now, the thing that I like about the UbeCubes, and just as a note, they gave me a coupon code too. Let me see if I can share it with you. It'll take me a second. I have to pull it up. At least hopefully I can get it. Oh, I see. I accidentally put it in the wrong spot. So please ignore the part about the membership on the screen. But there's the coupon code, SKORG. And you can get, I believe it is 10% off. Yeah, 10% off if you use that coupon code. And just so you know, if you do use the coupon code at UbeCube.com, then I might get a slight commission for any purchases you make. It won't change your price. It just kind of helps me share some of these resources with you and keep the business running. And also, UbeCube did send me these cubes for free so that I could play around with them and see if I liked them and try out some different configurations to share with you. So just full transparency at all times. Okay. This, like I mentioned, these are the UbeCubes. And the UbeCubes, as you can tell, I've got some that have clear doors, some that do not have clear doors near the bottom. I have bins in some of them, and some of them I don't have bins. There's seat covers that I'm using. And these can move around and be changed up as much as I want them to. So I'll show you a little bit about that. Also, within this area, I have the action file. It's right out here with the emergency medical folder right behind it. And a few things that I like to include. I've got my area of lists. You can actually find some of these things on my Etsy store. This is my list holder, which you'll see up close a little bit better in a minute. And my reminders, and just a cute little sign for the season. Calendar, to-do list, keys, bowl for stuff from in your pockets, charging area and pen holder, small step tokens. So that way you can do your small step cards and declutter each day. And then there's various things hanging from the sides along with shredder and recycle. Now let's go a little bit closer. If you have any questions as we go through this, or even any ideas about what you could put into your own command center or how you could adjust it to make it yours, I would love to hear that in comments. So comment away. I will be reading them as we go through. And yeah, I just love to have a conversation with you. Peg says, life is so much easier because I have a home for my keys, right? Yeah, that way you never lose your keys. If you have got an easy home that you're used to just dumping your keys in, you don't have that trying to rush out the door and find everything that you need. It's helpful. Yay, hi Lois, glad that you're here. Awesome, okay. So let's look at this a little bit closer. I'm going to move this over here. I'll actually move my rug. Okay. Within this section of the command center, you can see that I have up top, this is a little bulletin board strip, and I'll show it to you a little bit closer. This is on my Etsy store if you wanted it, but you can get bulletin board strips pretty easily, and they have, I do it with command strips on the back so you can take it off easily. And then there's a magnet strip also. So the bulletin board strip with the little cacti, I don't know if you can see it too well, it's hard to figure out which way to do this. With the cacti push pins that I made, it has my lists. So right now there's the grocery list. If I have like an errands list or a to-do around the house list or anything like that, that's where that can go. And I like to have my lists right near my action file because a lot of times my action file is helping me figure out what needs to go on my list. And then alongside that, I have, this is a magnet, it says remember. Let me see if I can show it to you a little bit better. So I love to use these for photos and things that I might not want a hole in, but it's just a magnetic strip. You can put whatever you want right in between it. And right now, this remember list is things that I want to remind my husband that either we need to do together or need his help or that I need him to do. So that's really helpful for me for communicating to other people. They know if there's something in the magnet strip, they need to look at it, and for them to communicate to me. So if Kayla had something that needed to be signed for school, or if there was something that we needed to make sure to fill out and get in the mail really quickly, then I might put it on that reminder magnet. Oh, and Belle says, wow, can you sit on the cubes? Yeah, these cubes are ridiculous. They, I don't know if I have the picture easy to show you, but they actually were able to put over 500 pounds of weights on one cube in their warehouse. They sent me a picture of it. It was ridiculous. It's awesome. So those are my lists. And Melody says, what was that thing your husband gave you called a rocket something? The Rocket Book. Yes. That is my reusable notebook that I love, love, love. And you can check out on my YouTube channel a bunch of videos about the Rocketbook. It's super cool. Sharon says, if we have to leave in a hurry, do I take copies of the original files, which are in my fireproof safe? Very heavy, or just the copies? I'm probably not going to go too in depth into that right now on this because it's not so much Command Center. But basically, if you do have to leave in a hurry, if you have a fireproof and waterproof safe, I would probably leave the originals there if you don't have the ability to grab it and take it with you if it's too heavy. But I would grab my Spark Life binder and my emergency medical folder. So those would be the things that I would grab for sure. And then the originals only if you're able to and still have time. So hopefully that helps. All right. So I shared that I keep my lists and my reminders right over here. Alongside that, I have the action file. Now remember, the action file is that one stop for all of the incoming mail and papers and your to-do papers. So I like to have this in my Command Center area or along like my walkway path when I get home. So that way, any mail I have, any papers that Kayla has from school can go in here for me. Anything that my husband, Moose Pie, Jeff, I call him Moose Pie, anything that he has that he brings in can go in here. Everybody knows right where it is. They know exactly how to use it. And it's super easy because there's not a whole lot of decisions to make. Fewer than 10 folders to be able to put things in, and that covers everything that we possibly need. So I keep this here in order to be able to get the mail and any papers that come in here. So don't create a pile, right? You're not allowed to pile the papers. They have to go into the action file, into the folder that they belong in. Or if it's absolutely ridiculous and you can't write that second, they go on top of the action file. So that way, next time you go to put something in there, you'll see them. You can file all of those. So that's the action file. I keep it here so that we don't get paper piles and nothing important gets lost. And because if you're part of my Path membership, then you know that we're going to start our weekly planning sessions. That is part of the member benefits, really quick, where we plan our weeks together each week. I use my action file to build out my list of things that I need to do for the week, things that I need to buy, things I need to remind other people about, all that good stuff. So that's why that's here near my list as well. And then for us, we can keep our emergency medical folder right here in the Command Center because it's still very easy for first responders to find because it's right next to the kitchen. It's very visible. And on my freezer, I have a sign that says where to find the emergency medical folder. So if your Command Center is in an area where first responders would still be able to easily find this emergency medical folder and you could grab it easily as you go, then your emergency medical folder can live here. I would not keep my Spark Life binder here though. Spark Life binder, remember, is going to hold all of your most personal private data. That is something that you want to keep hidden and keep it protected. So don't put your Spark Life binder here, but you can put your emergency medical folder here because it does not have all those account numbers and everything in it. And I like to make sure that it's sticking out a little bit. So if something happened, the first responders can see very easily where that red folder is. On Facebook, somebody says, great idea to place the shredder in the Command Center. Absolutely, yes. If you don't have space for a shredder, and you can see down here at the bottom, the shredder's in the corner. There's recycle, and the trash is actually right on the other side in the kitchen. If you do not have space for a shredder to be next to your action file in your Command Center, that is okay. You can add a folder into your action file that's called to shred if you would like to. We don't always have a lot of space next to our Command Centers, and I've had to do that in the past in smaller spaces. So to shred is a good folder if you can't get that shredder right near that action file, but I am lucky enough that I do have the space for it. And Belle says, I just walked by my action file box and rolled my eyes. Yep, one of those things, if you fall off the wagon, get right back up and keep trying. Cindy says, I should create an action file, never made one. Absolutely, absolutely you should. It's so amazingly helpful. Once you get past getting used to using it and creating that habit, which is not a hard habit, it's just different. Once you get used to that, it's one of those things that will massively change your productivity, your house with paper piles are gone, all that good stuff. Okay, the other thing that I'd like to keep here, if you have the small step cards, or from my Etsy shop, if you have the small step tokens, you see the small step. I just like to keep these here because it reminds me to every once in a while pull one out and then do whatever the declutter task is. Like this one, let go of one electrical cord or electrical device. And then I could just quickly declutter, or like, let's see, one other one. One travel cup or mug. Like, how many of us have too many mugs or travel cups, right? So every once in a while I can pull one of the tokens, or if you have the small step card deck, you can pull one of the cards. So keeping something that you want to be a daily habit, such as decluttering your home without taking up too much time, anything you want to be a regular habit, like a daily habit, that's another good thing that can go next to your action file or your keys area within your command center. So you will remember it because it's a visual thing. You'll see it, you'll go, oh yeah, that's right, I should pull one of those. So that's why I have that there. Now, on the other side, on the top, let's go to this side. And I created 2 towers with mine. Like I said, you can move things around, and I'll show you that in a minute. But this just works really well for our home. So on the other little tower, I have a bowl with all of our, like, this is where our sunglasses can go, my extra reading glasses, everything from your pockets, basically, that you would bring into your house when you got home. You could just dump it right in here. And then up top, you could put keys. And there's, you know, a little key holder, or you could just throw them in the bowl, whichever works for you. But that way you're not looking for your keys when you come in and juggling everything. And then another thing in this area is a little charging center. So you could charge your devices. Plus this one also has spaces for, like, I've got a flashlight. It's really handy to have a flashlight in your command center or near, you know, your action file, whatever that command area is, in case the lights go out or something. Then it's an easy spot to be able to find. So flashlight, super helpful. And then just a couple, you know, one pencil, I think I've got 2 pens, 1 pencil, 1 nail file, because my nails are always breaking, and a dry erase marker and some scissors. You don't want to overfill your utensils in your command center, because then it becomes hard to find what you need. So if you have just a couple, then it makes it so much easier to quickly grab what you need, and you can tell if somebody wandered off with one, and yeah, off with their heads in my house. Like, where'd the command center pen go? So those are some of the things that I put on top. Now with the UbeCubes, they have this sort of a woven sort of pattern. So actually what I did on top, those are just those laminate floor tiles. So I got 2 pretty laminate floor tiles that I put on top. You could also just grab anything that's about, I think it's 13 by 13, I think is the size, or 13.5 by 13.5. You have to look at their website to double check. But these are just 12 by 12, and you don't have to have them, but I just like having that flat, like that extra flat surface on top of my UbeCubes if I'm going to put things on top of them. For some of the more utilitarian uses, I don't put anything on top, but that's just my little solution there. And then right here I have, this is my today list. And on my today list, this is a dry erase board, and it just says today, and I can enter the top things that I am hoping to accomplish today right there where I can see it. And that helps me in the morning to kind of wrap my mind around it. And then right above there, I have the calendar. And this is more of a family calendar where I write things that either are something unusual that I need to remember, or something that the whole family needs to know about. And then I also still have my calendar on my phone that I use for all those minute details and all that stuff. But this is kind of our calendar at a glance. And then, like I mentioned, in the middle, I just put something decorative. You could put, you know, your last name. You could put some family photos, whatever you want, just something fun and decorative. All right, so Maria says, do you have your Spark Life Binder in your office, not in this command center area? I do. There are various ways. When you watch the Important Papers workshop, then I talk about all the different places that you can put your Spark Life Binder to keep it safe. If you buy your Spark Life Binder and you get the digital version, then in your online library, it has that whole, a little video lesson about how to store your Spark Life Binder safely. If you grab the print version, then that video list that you received when you got it would have those videos on where to keep it. So I would not keep my Spark Life Binder, no, in this Command Center area. You can keep it somewhere else that nobody would realize that was there, or under lock and key. But check out those videos, and email me if you have a problem finding them. And that'll go much more in depth into how to safely store your Spark Life Binder. You don't want anything in this area with all of your most personal information, because if somebody were to break in while you were gone, then that's a little bit too easy for them. You got to make it a little harder for them, make them work for it. So, okay. So that's the tops of the Command Center. So you see, these are the things that I really need to be able to access without even the trouble of opening a door, right? These are kind of the things that you grab super fast. You need a pen, you need it now. If you want to charge your device, you want to be able to access it quickly. You need to be able to dump stuff in the bowl. This is a bowl that I made, actually. Dump stuff in this pretty wooden bowl from your pockets when you get home. Your action file, if it's behind the doors, then trying to get your mail into it, that takes extra steps. So on the top, these are the things that you really want to access quickly. Near it, on the walls with those lists and things, that's that billboard of your life where you can see all the stuff going on, your calendar, your to-do list, reminders, other lists that you have, all of that good stuff. Pardon me. Oh, you're so welcome, Maria. And Lisa was giving Sharon an idea about, she bolted their fireproof safe into the garage floor. So yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's look at some of these other areas. So in this top area, by the way, this actually, since it's next to my kitchen, we have such a tiny kitchen. This actually just stores our, where is it? Our glassware, like the storage stuff, because we don't have space for it in our kitchen. So in case anybody was wondering, and I'm a big Doctor Who fan, I'm turning that into a TARDIS, but in case anybody was wondering what's in there, that's actually our food storage. And the nice thing is, with things like UbeCube, since they are so versatile, if you don't have enough space for a pantry or for storing your Tupperware and your dishes, these types of things are so handy to create a storage system for whatever that overflow is. Maybe it's even overstock of pantry items. Grabbing some of these and using those can be really helpful because they move around and they're adjustable. So right now what I have within here, there are a couple of different areas that I have. It's hard to open it from the side here, but this is their 2x1, 2x2 kit. And basically they're kits. It's just how many types of bins and in what configuration they call it. You can get just a cube. You can get a kit with the bins and shelves. There's various things, but each of these bins, right now they're not labeled correctly, is so helpful because right in here I have those quick grab tools that you might need. So screwdriver, box knife, tape measure, things like that, string. So all of those tools for around the house that you would use super fast. I won't keep every tool there because you don't necessarily need the huge plumbing wrench often, but if you need to tighten a cabinet knob, having a screwdriver there, super helpful. And then in this one, some quick cleaning supplies. So if you need a quick wipe down of something, I've got some Windex wipes, I've got a little scrubber for stuff like that. I usually can throw like a thing of Clorox wipes in there. Here I have all of the basic like charging cords and plugs. So all of our technology area and little remotes for, there's lights around the house that need the remote or something. It's kind of a quick grab technology bin for the stuff. I've got another larger technology bin over in the other area of my house, but this is that quick grab stuff, the stuff that we use all the time. And then I have, these are sort of just household repair items. So like the felt pads that go under furniture that we need to grab quickly, or pieces of Velcro, or if there's a scratch on the furniture, a furniture marker, some quick repair glue. So more of a home repair and around the home repair quick grab items. And this is super easy for everybody to be able to grab it and to put things away when they're done, because you can see right through the front, because I added the clear acrylic front to this. You can change out these fronts. It's super cool. And I added the clear acrylic front to it. And you can see for changing things out on these cubes, they've made it so easy. You don't need a tool at all. If you wanted to change out the front, then you can just flip those around and push. Let me do it standing up, that'll be easier. And it comes right out. And you can put the mesh one, they have like a blue tint, they've got a gray tint. Since this is a clear one, you could create your own background behind it if you wanted to and make it more decorative. Whatever works for you, you can do with these. So you can change out those fronts depending on if you want to be able to see the stuff inside or not. That's all up to you. And it's just as simple as flipping these around as far as the front things and the sides. You can also add these to the sides too. So then under this, here I have, this is meal planning. So favorite recipe books, favorite recipes. If I'm going to be cooking, then since this is right next to the kitchen, super easy to just grab what I need. And then under that, this is stuff for errands, like returns. These are coupons that we want to take to the store next time we go to the grocery store. Returns. I bought the wrong type. And all that good stuff. So things that I would check if I'm heading out the door to do errands, I would grab, so you can even grab the whole bin if you wanted to and take it with you, or just grab the things out of the bin. But that's easy when mail comes in with coupons or when you have a return, plop it right in there and you won't forget. It won't wander around your house all the time. And then below that, you'll see in this cube and in this cube, I have the shoes that we wear the most. So these are like the sports shoes for Kayla, my quick out the door shoes, regular day shoes. Jeff is wearing his shoes right now. So those moose pies are not here. But these are the ones that kind of the all the time or shoes that we would want to access easily. Now you see that this door is opening this way, right? But this door opened flat to the ground, didn't it? With these cubes, you can spin them whichever way you want. So if you decided all of a sudden, with this, I've got a seat topper. They sell these seat toppers that are actually comfortable. They're super thick. And it comes with a base to make sure that it's extra secure for you. And I can use that base as a writing surface, things like that. But if I decided all of a sudden, you know what? I don't want to keep my shoes in there anymore, or I don't want the door to open that way, then all of these come out. So this is the shelf that comes out. You can take out or move around the actual shelf holder if you want to. And I'm going to put this back like this just for a moment. I will put it back. You can store it that way. You can store it that way. You can store it this way, any way you want. So if you wanted the handles to open a different way, you absolutely can. And I just liked them opening down for shoes. And it was easy to do while you're sitting on it. It's easier to open it up and down if you're already sitting versus opening to the side. And having their actual seat helps. So that way you're not pushing down on that clasp. So if you are like me and it would drive you a little crazy, if all of your handles were facing different ways, then it's okay. You can move it to however you want. Pardon me. Really quickly in the comments before I show you some of the other neat tips and tricks I have in here. Oh yes, so Lisa was talking about the fireproof safes. Yes, so Lois asks, do you recommend a label maker? Good for making the labels, for file labels. Yes, I love to use the Brother P-Touch. And actually, you can see that some of these, I still have an old label on a couple of these because I switched some things out that are not applicable to the general public. So they have these removable label holders. So you just pull this off and they give you extra, which I love. I hate it when they just give you one, right? Give you extra blank ones. So you can use a label maker if you want to, or handwrite it, whichever you prefer, and then stick it right back in there and change out your labels really easy. And I do like to use a label maker once I'm sure of how I want it to be set up. A lot of times I'll use painter's tape until I'm certain of that I like how it's configured, and then I will take the time to do the labels once I realize that, okay, yes, this is working how I want it to work. So Joanne says, hi Joanne. She says, I had a command center before I moved with my elderly parents. It was so helpful. I love you moving, and these ideas will help me set up another one. Yay, yeah, that's awesome. Oh yeah, Jody, yay. She's, I want an UbeCube. I know, yes. So before I continue on, since she has obviously read the description, which is awesome, you're a rock star. If you want a chance to win an UbeCube, and this is the type that you would win the 3x3 grabnet, right? It's $64, something like that normally. So very affordable. That comes with all the bins and the shelves, and it changes out. These collapse also if you need to. But I'm giving one of these away. So like Jody just did in the comments of this video, it has to be of this video, right? I want an UbeCube. Anywhere in that comment, you can include other words, but as long as it also includes I want an UbeCube, when you do that, you are entered. All right. And then next week on Thursday, during the live Thursday talks, I will randomly choose one comment from the list of comments that says, I want an UbeCube, and that person will get a free UbeCube. All the details about how this all works and all the good stuff is in the video description. So if you want to read more about the deadline and all that good stuff, check out the video description. I included it all there. But in order to enter, write in the comments, I want an UbeCube, and you can only enter once. So if you do it more than one time, then only your first one is counted. I won't count you as having more than one entry. But if you write it one time, then you're entered. Sound good? All right. So thank you, Jody, for that great transition. All right. So Brenda says, oh yeah, she says, be careful of that cold. It's bad. I got pneumonia from it in 10 days. Oh, I hope that you're feeling better. Yeah, there's something nasty going around, huh? Yeah, I actually went to the doctor the other day. Thank you for being a mother hen, Brenda. That's so sweet. I love you. That's awesome. Yeah, I went to the doctor the other day just to make sure, because it is lingering forever. So yay, Joanne is entered in the sweepstakes, and so is Susan. Ooh, on Facebook. We have a question. What do you do with your purse or handbag when you enter from errands or meetings other than dropping it on a table or counter? Perfect transition. Let me show you. Another thing that I love with the UbeCubes, they have things that can attach to the sides of the UbeCube. So let me see if I can show you just a little bit better. There, give you some more space on there. But you can see, like there, I've got the purse on some hooks. So I can put my purse on the hook. I also have my yoga mat, because that's something that I try to do on a regular basis. But all of these attachments, you just stick them in and spin them around. And you can change out where they're at. Any of the holes will pull them. But that's where I throw my purse when I come in. It hangs right there. And they have different types of attachments. So let's show you the attachments on this side before we go over to the 3x3 grabnet. Move the dog's water bowl. Sorry, doggies. An active command center. So on this side, you can see I have a spot for, somebody asked about the rocket book earlier. This is kind of my travel rocket book that I use. So if I'm going to run to a meeting, if I'm going to go anywhere where I'm going to want to take notes, or that I have notes I want to take with me, then this little holder is super handy for just keeping it right there. In this area also, Kayla can hang her school bag, because this is super strong. This is one of the strong ones. So it looks like that. It's this like super utility hook. So if you're using UbeCubes in, say, your garage, then this is a really good attachment for like those huge electrical cords or some of those tools, because it can hold a lot of weight. Also, since we have a dog, keep our leash and doggy bags right there. We also have an umbrella that hangs from another one of the hooks. And like I mentioned, you know, if you are using this in maybe a craft area or a garage, something like that, Pardon the barking. One of the other accessories they have is this little tool holder. So you can use it to hold something like in a craft area, you might want to hold scissors. You might want to, there's a smaller hole, hold screwdrivers right in there. A lot of times I'll actually use it kind of as a smaller hook. So I'll just put it there, click that in, and I can throw the leash right over it, and we're all good. So anywhere along the sides here, you can put any of those accessories and clip them in and out as you need them. This is also good if you're using a craft area or if this is in your kitchen. It could hold an iPad, and that's what you can use to read off your recipes too, which that's super handy. So that is so those accessories come from the Create Accessory Hobby Pack. So I got those from the Hobby Pack. They've got the super strong hook. They've got 3 of the smaller hooks that are still strong, but they're just not like massive, heavy tool strong. They've got 5 of the little tool holders that I use to hold the leash. And they've got 1 round one, which if you're using this, near a bathroom, you could put your hairdryer there. If you're using it in a craft area or in your garage, it's great for putting tools in. It's also really good. Like I mentioned, we go to sporting events, or I might go to those like farmers markets. I use this for holding my drink. So it's really handy for those types of things too. I'll show you some of the tricks that I use for markets and things like that. And since UbeCube, it's relatively new. They've been around long enough that they've quality tested and people love it, and they've gotten all the feedback and they've refined it. Now they're at the point where the base product is so solid, they're starting to add in really cool new things. So I don't know if these are even released yet, but they sent me these attachments. If in your command center, maybe you don't need the seat or you have extra space, you could put one of these on each side and they can hold a rod. And that's perfect for winter time, for winter coats. So you can make yourself a mud room. You could also put these inside of your closet. And these rods, you can attach them between 2 UbeCubes. They've got one that attaches to the wall. But yes, you could put them in your closet if you wanted to, and hold all of your sweaters and your purses and all of those folded items in the cubes, and then have 1 or more hanging rods with these in between cubes or between a cube and the wall. And that's going to really streamline your closet really well. So let's see really quickly. Okay, Connie, you're entered in the giveaway, and so is Sunita, and so is someone on Facebook. Val, you're so funny. Suzanne says, I want an UbeCube, and so does Nancy. You guys are entered. And Brenda, I will accept that because I know that you were trying to say I want an UbeCube. So it's perfectly good. You're entered. So is Mary and Hung and Maggie. On Facebook, I'll count that as an entry. Alice, yep, you're entered. Oh, Sunita says, I love the ideas of keeping quick use items in the command center. Never thought to keep tools or a bowl for sunglasses and keys. Oh my goodness, it's a lifesaver. Having those things super easy and quick not only means that I can grab them quickly, but that my family will actually put them back. Because if it's easy to put back, they'll actually return them. Awesome. All of these people are entered. I love it. I love it. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see. No problem. Susan says, puppy telling you it's time for a walk when you picked up the leash. I know, right? She's like, oh, my leash. Love it. CJ, yes. Oh my goodness. You would love, CJ, I know that you would love the UbeCubes. I want 200 of them to put in every, like my laundry room and my garage and my craft area and in Kayla's room and in our closet and my office. I just, I want to build my house out of UbeCubes. Yes, G, this is watchable at a later date. So you have, I want to say 2 months, 1 or 2 months that this will be available on YouTube to watch. And if you are a Path member, then they are available for 6 months for you. So good question. You're entered, Melanie. All right. Okay. So in case you're wondering why all of these people are writing, I want an UbeCube, besides the fact that who would not want an UbeCube, right? The way to enter a giveaway for the 2x3, I think it's called, the grabnet that has, I think 6 or 9 of these. Oh, I think I put this together wrong. I put this together as the 6. You will get one with 9. So it'll have 3 and 3 and 3. So you'll have 9 of these little bins. But that actually goes to show you that just because you get one that has the 9 bins, if you need to hold something that's taller, then you can take out a row and just move the shelf down. You can do whatever you need to do. I also, when we're at events, sometimes I'll take out one, and this is a great place for paper towels and like wipes and stuff like that without the bin even there. If you're a crafter and have vinyl rolls, this is a great way to separate out your vinyl rolls, because I think it's a 13 by 13 or 13.5 by 13.5. So it fits those 12 by 12 things really, really well. So you'll get one of these. Yours will have 9 little bins and the shelves that come with it. You can pick your color. There's different colors if you win the grabnet, or if you go to the website and you want to order yours, there are different colors. So they have white, black, and gray cubes. And then these bins, you see I've got the teal is here. Do I have a different color over here? My other color is over here. Over here I have kind of a salmon. They have black, they have tan, they have a blue, like not a teal blue, but a blue. I think those are all the colors, but I'm probably missing one, knowing me. And they have all the different accessories that you can get, all the good stuff. So if you are my one lucky winner, that will be announced next week, you'll be able to pick your color and get your free UbeCube. Let's see. Lori says, where will folks post pictures of their own command centers? I'm excited to see new ideas. Yes, post them on Facebook in the Facebook group. So the Facebook group, if you just look in groups and you check out the Home Organizing Challenges Facebook group, Home Organizing Challenges with Suzanna Kaye, then you will find the Facebook group, and that's the best place to post it. And the only way to enter the contest, you cannot enter it on Facebook. It has to be on the YouTube video, on this video on YouTube. Good question. Thank you. Perfect. Love it. Yeah, Lori says, looks like she has hooks on the side of UbeCubes for the purse on the far right and bags on the left. I do. You're right. Awesome. Okay, so really quickly, let's talk about this side. On this side, the other side, I had a lot of those quick grab cleaning tools, and I had the like around the house fixing things tools, stuff like that. On this side, since I've got my action file here, my brain thinks of this as sort of more of a school with Kayla's backpack and paper and more the paper administration parts of life area, kind of a zone. So I have different Post-it notes. So that way, when I'm going through stuff in my action file, I can grab a Post-it note and write on it. I have extra pens, so I do not fill up that pen holder on the top. I have tape, stapler, binder clips, rubber bands. I have, this is all the contact information, so business cards is right there. And then I have a little mailing center. So I've got envelopes, I've got some thank you cards and birthday cards that I can quickly grab to send out, the checkbook, stamps. So everything is right here, where if I am sending something out, since my action file is right here, and a lot of times that's where something is that I'm going to send back out, I've got all of my stuff right there. And again, I've kept the clear doors on the top one so I could see the bins and the labels on the bins. You don't have to put the clear ones, and you don't have to put the bins in there, like I mentioned, because here I have, this is like my notebook holder, extra binders, extra notebooks for Kayla for school, that if we need to restock, or if I want my larger one, they're right here. And then lunch stuff for Kayla. So once her thermos has been washed and she's got her lunch bag and her water bottle that she brings to school, once they're clean, they can all go in here so that the next day she is ready for school. Under that, here I have, it is about to be winter time. And here in Florida, we're pretty wimpy about the cold. So we still use hats and gloves and scarves. But If you're up north, this is going to be even more helpful for you. But this is where I keep all the scarves and hats. And then underneath will be all of the gloves that we would use for winter. And during winter time, that is when I plan to add, I will probably add one more layer, move it up some so I can add the rod attachments. And we can hang our coats here because we do not have winter for that long. So having a place for coats all year long does not make sense. I love that I can change this out as the season changes, super easy, and then change it back. Oh, Sharon asked, where do I find the Rocket Book? If you go to my website, SuzannaKaye.com, and you click on the store, I believe there should be a link there for my favorite things. And it has all the links to the Rocket Book. UbeCubes will be there soon. I just have not gotten around to adding that yet because I'm too busy playing with them and having fun. CJ says, ooh, I can picture having sewing tools at a glance in an UbeCube. Yes. Oh, I'll have to walk you through my craft area one time and all the stuff I use this for. Love, love, love it. Oh, good, Lori. Thank you. Thank you for posting on the YouTube link. Perfect. Awesome. You guys are registered. I love it. Okay. So last one I wanted to show you really quickly. And if you're a Path member, I'm sorry. I'm so excited about talking about command centers. I might be a little bit late starting the Path member live, but we're wrapping this up and I will be starting that very, very soon. I will try to start on time, but I might be a couple minutes late. We will see. So I showed you the one with the shoes, right? And I just like the decorative pillow here. I showed you that you can get one of these pads, the seat pads. I actually tried to purchase my own, seat cushion before I got one of these. And let me tell you, this is so much softer than what I bought. So I ended up changing back to these. But if you wanted a different color of seat cushion and you do not want theirs, then you can just buy a separate seat cushion if you wanted to off of somewhere like Amazon or make your own from Joann's if you wanted. But I really love this one. So I ended up using it, and this one's actually rubber, so it's easy to clean. And it comes with the base. So this one, and I have a black one that I use for going to markets and things like that. So I don't have the handles on this one, but this one I have opening up, right? Because this is what, if we are going to a game, like one of Kayla's track meets or something, and I will grab this. It has handles already kind of built into the sides, these handles, but for the black one that I take to markets, and I'm going to order another set for this, they have some really nice, sturdy rubber handles that you can add too. So it's easy to just pick it up and go. But this way, when it's time to go to a track meet, I grab this UbeCube, take the whole cube with me just as it is. I have one of these drop-in bins, and right inside of there, I already have all of the stuff that we would use at a track meet. I've got the sunscreen and the bug spray and the Lysol wipes and the snacks and the Kleenex and shoe inserts, hand sanitizer, cooling towels. And I have a list of the things that won't fit into this area, like folding chairs. I keep a list of other things that I want to make sure to grab so I don't forget, because it really is no fun when you forget your folding chair. So this just sits right down in there because I added these little shelf rails without the shelf. You can do it with or without the shelf. And then in the bottom, this is all of the sports equipment. So a lot of times for her track meets, she'll throw her track shoes in there and some of the things that she'll use during the track meets. But I also have my yoga block, and we have a water bottle to take to the track meets. I've got my exercise band. So I just grab this whole thing and take it with us. So we have all of our supplies, and I don't have to keep repacking or forget to bring something. And yes, we bring 2 folding chairs because my husband, Moose Pie, and my father-in-law do not like to sit on something without the back, but I just sit right on this. So my cube goes right in the car, and it becomes a super easy seat for me while we're at the track meet, while holding all of our stuff. So I don't have to worry about juggling all of the stuff that we're bringing with us and bringing a chair with me too. It's just a grab and go. It's so, so, so easy. So if you go to tailgate parties or picnics or anything like that where you'd want to bring some stuff and have a chair, just bring one of these cubes. So, so easy. There's more that I could tell you about these. you know, they do collapse down really easily into like a 13 by 13 by, I'm guessing maybe like 6 or 8 inch size. So if you wanted to keep it in your trunk so you can have something to pop up and use whenever you need to, you can do that. But I want to make sure to talk about what if you have limited space, right? And you don't have the luxury of this weird little nook that I have. Well, with the cubes, I mentioned that you can rearrange them in any way that you want, right? Pardon me. And they lock into each other a little bit. They have different accessories that you can get that will actually lock these cubes together. In between the cubes, they'll hold them together. But for the purposes of like a command center, as long as you're not going over maybe 3 or 4 high, then you really don't necessarily need the locks that lock the two together. If you're going to move them around a lot as a unit, then you might want the locks. Or if you have kids that might pull on them, then if you're going to have them around little kids that might pull on them, it's hard to get them to pull over, but if they were to climb them, they could. You'll want to brace them to the wall. Okay, so for really littles that would like pull on them and possibly pull it over on themselves, brace it to the wall. If you are going over, I would say 3 or 4 of them high, I would probably still brace those top ones to the wall. And they're in the process of making an attachment system where you can even hang them on the wall and attach them to the wall if you don't want to take up floor space. So that will be coming out. But for the most part, they're super sturdy. And with the design of how they have these little locking things, once you sit them on top of each other, you can move them around until they kind of click into each other. But if you have limited space and you can't do all of the seats and all that good stuff, then you can always just build high. So if you need to do a pantry, or if you are storing things maybe in a hall closet that's narrow, this is really good for those closets that are super narrow to hold all of your different tools, gift wraps, all that good stuff. But as you can see, you can just keep stacking them. So if you need a command center that can fit in a smaller space, then stack them high. Remember, once you get past, I mean, this is still pretty sturdy, but I would brace it once it starts to get high. But the nice thing also is their doors are removable. So if you did want to have one of them, you know, if you wanted it to be really high, but you still needed a place where you could reach that action file, for example, then you could take your UbeCube and slowly, gently bend that door back. It's going to pop right out. Now you have a spot for your action file. I mean, I would take the rails out, which you can just pop out, but I don't want to take the time to do that right now for you. And you could add the door back anytime, but there you go. You can still have your bowl for dumping stuff. You can still have your small step tokens, your charging area. You can lock in even more of the hooks and the accessories, whatever you needed to do. But the fact that they are interchangeable and you can do this in any configuration you need means that if you have a small space that's 13 inches or so wide, 14 inches wide, just stack up. And that is going to help you so much. Oh, I just stacked my seat. But that is going to help you so much with saving space and getting the maximum amount of storage that you can from that really, really tiny space. I plan to do this and get myself some more UbeCubes because I'm constantly using these and rearranging these for different things. Sometimes if I need a photo table or a puzzle table, I'll grab a bunch of cubes out of our command center area and throw a surface on top and use it as a table until I'm done, and then I'll put the cubes back. But I am planning to do a pantry area because our kitchen is so tiny, and I will use UbeCubes for that. And I'll show you when I'm done. So hopefully you've gotten some good ideas for your command center. I know that was a lot, and you will be able to watch this video for another month or two on the YouTube channel. Remember, in order to enter to win the Grabnet with 9, there we go, 9 of these bins and the shelves that come with those 9 bins. Make sure on the YouTube video, on this video in YouTube, enter I want an UbeCube or some version of it. I'd like an UbeCube will still totally count, and you will be entered. Okay, do this before next week, October 26th, which is my birthday. So October 26th, on my birthday, I'm giving you the presents. I'm giving away one of these GrabNet UbeCubes, and you can pick your own colors and all that good stuff. If you wanted to grab your own UbeCubes, then I do have a coupon code that, remember, I'm an affiliate for them because I love them so much. I do have a coupon code SKORG, and when you use that, you can save 10% if you're purchasing your UbeCubes, which are really affordable, especially compared to a lot of those other systems out there. Then I think that you will love, love, love it. So as we wrap this up, Belle says, just a few UbeCubes would eliminate a ridiculous number of bins and baskets I've overaccumulated. Yes. It's amazing how much I've been able to eliminate as far as random storage stuff by using these. Yeah. CJ says, now I want a couple of UbeCubes for the car emergency supplies. Yeah. And it's so easy to just grab and go in the car for those supplies. If there's an emergency, you've got it all right there. I love that. Oh, yeah. Dee says, this is inspirational, but I'm just listening while getting ready, driving and arriving. We'll try to watch later. Good. Oh, I'm so glad that you could stop by. And Patty, you're entered. Yes, CJ. How about a stack of them for cleaning supplies? Yeah, what a great cleaning section. You can have all of your cleaning stuff super, super easy. You can have one of these for a quick cleaning bin that you can grab and wander around the house with and put it back. So much you could do. I'd add a stack of them inside the garage for cleaning supplies. Yeah, love it. Lori says, thanks for UbeCube system demo. You're so welcome. Consistent storage and organizing sizes and types with a plethora of attachments, seat pads with a base, stacking, handles, cubbies, pull-out baskets, bin. Yay! Hashtag UbeCube. Yes, right? And they're coming out with so much more cool stuff. You'll hear more from me as they announce and release. And sometimes, actually, if you follow me, then you hear about it before they announce it, like those closet rods. As they come out with new things, I will share them with you too. So, Brenda says, I love it, Susanna. Thank you. You're so welcome. And CJ says, thank you for the great command center ideas. You're so, so welcome. Well, I hope this inspired you. Go make your own command center, whatever it looks like, make it work for you and what you need. And remember, one small step at a time, you got this. Comment on the YouTube version of this video with I want an UbeCube before October 26th at 11 a.m. Eastern time, so you can get entered to be hopefully the one lucky person who wins the UbeCube GrabNet. All the details are in the video description. I love you so much. I will see you very, very soon. And my members, I'm hopping over right now to our member session. All right. I'll see you in a minute. I love you. Bye.